to get it where you can see me. A little short. Hello. But that's how it is. We have to in the window in order to be able to for us to be seen. Oh, I can back up a bit.
Yeah,
oh, there we go.
There you go.
Okay. There we go.
Does that work for you?
I think so.
Okay. Howdy, howdy.
Hello, hello. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. So, yeah, if you don't know, we like Toy Story. I'm going to go turn on the light.
Alrighty.
Let's start.
Yeah, Xander or somebody will say, turn on the lights.
Yeah.
Because we don't ever think about turning on the lights. I can see you. Oh, maybe I can't see you. It's a good thing that lives don't work that way. You gonna stand in a chair? Don't fall.
I won't fall, so you can see me better. That's what we needed. I'm standing in a chair, so Gary will hold on to me. But anyway, so we can't be on the porch tonight because it is 1 degree outside.
Hello, Char. Oh, Christy
Betts. I'm not gonna trust you no more.
I'm sorry.
It's Christy Betts. Hello, hello. But anyway,
hello, Ben's Over Acres.
Hey, Barb. But we are, yeah, so we're trying to go live from the window.
You're going to have to get a little still.
I can't be still. It's not in my nature. And I got to lean forward to read the comments.
You don't trust me reading them?
I don't read.
That's Charlene Grady.
There's Charlene. Hello, Miss Charlene. But anyway.
And that's still Ben's Over Acres. Ben's Over Acres. Yep.
I see. I can't trust you to read them.
Bends over. It's okay. Plural or singular?
Oh mercy, poor Barb. We're gonna lose Barb forever. She loves us too much.
Well, I have a feeling she understood that when she named it that.
It's cold. Hello,
Rainy
Ridge. Hello, hello, hello. Snowing in Tennessee. Chickens wanting to come out from under the camper to get put up.
Yep. Hey,
Mike Strickland. Hello. Too cute. But anyway, yeah. So it is 1 degree outside. It got really cold, like below zero.
4.
Like 4 below. Yeah, they don't want to come out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our dogs have been on the closed-in back porch.
Yeah.
And in the house a little bit, and I put them out in their kennel some, or get them out and around the yard and put them out in their kennel some. They kind of like being in their kennel. They're not terribly upset about getting in their doghouse. It doesn't seem like
and like we can't bring them in the house, and they just holler and whine and want back outside.
Yeah. Woohoo! It's 6 degrees here.
Wow.
Now, are they in the same state we are?
I don't remember. I think so. They are in the southwest corner.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was who we were talking to last week. It's in the southwest corner. Cape Cod, 41 degree heat wave.
Hello,
hey,
Jan.
Hey, I gotta go check on my crackers.
Yes. Now, y'all just pray that we can get through all this without Cindy falling and hurting herself. Supposed to drop tonight. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it is supposed to get cooler tonight. We're supposed to warm up a little this week, but we're going to keep hitting some low temperatures even in this next week. 18 below, 7 below. Wow. Well, where we used to live in Wyoming, I saw that it hit 34 below, I think. Was that right? So, Kevin Henderson, hello. Simply Jan, Christy Betts, yeah.
So I'm standing in a chair so y'all can see me. It is still cold in this old house. We have blocked it off to where we're only heating 3 rooms.
2 there, Jan says.
We're only heating 3 rooms.
Yes.
So we're heating the den with the fireplace, and then the kitchen with the propane heater. And we've been cooking today in the stove and the oven in order to help heat a little more.
That heats the bathroom.
Yeah, and that helps heat the bathroom. And then we've been heating the back porch.
Yeah, we got a little space heater out there.
Yeah, for the dogs. Yeah.
And it's a closed-in porch.
Yep.
Cuddly warm.
Cuddly warm, yep.
We've even been sleeping in our den in front of our fireplace.
Oh, be careful. I'm not as clumsy as he says I am. He's on me.
I didn't say you're clumsy. I just think that jumping in and out of a chair is a good way to get hurt. Every time I stand in a chair to fix a light bulb, somebody says, that's a good way to get hurt. Not always you, but usually whatever customer I'm doing that for.
So those of you who may not know, Mike Strickland was our deacon when we went to Shamrock Baptist Church.
He was our deacon when I gave my life to Christ.
That's right. Yes. So he and Miss Judy are super good friends of ours and keep track of us.
Yep. I would fall. Yep. It's a good way for it to happen, but I think we're okay.
Yeah, he's got a hold of me. He's afraid I'll fall off, so he's got his arm wrapped around me.
Good excuse.
I think it's that's what I started saying. I think it's an excuse. But no, I don't know. He's funny. But yeah, it is super cold outside, so we didn't come live from the porch.
No.
We're still...
I know some of y'all are disappointed. You wanted to see how many clothes Cindy could get on before we did our live.
Well, here, I'm still got my blanket on.
and stocking cap.
My stocking cap. I slept in my stocking cap. It got cold.
She hadn't took it off in 3 days.
No, 3 days. No, it's silly goose.
Well, you had it on yesterday and today.
Yeah, I had it on yesterday. And I had the red one on the day before.
Yeah.
But Hannah crocheted this one for me, and I won't take it off because my hair is atrocious. But yeah, so we baked cookies, which neither one of us need. And now we've got sourdough crackers in the oven.
How are they doing?
They're doing good. We got about 10 or 15
Did you
minutes.
cut them already?
Yeah, I cut them.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So we got 10 or 15 minutes before they're crispy. But yeah, if you haven't, what?
I didn't catch what. I don't know how to make.
Right there.
Have hat head.
Yeah, I do have a hat head. Yep.
Hello, Xander. How are you?
So, yeah, I got those crackers going. If you like a recipe for sourdough crackers, you can look it up on our
it's on past videos.
Yep, past videos.
Get dizzy just looking up.
I try not to look up.
Yeah.
Because that does make me dizzy. But
yeah, one time I met a guy and said something about him getting on a ladder. He said, I'm 6'3" and that's as high as I want to get.
2 sets of thermals on, trying to see if I can layer more than Jan. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hi, Xander. I don't know if I said hi to you, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, anywho, we're having a blast. We're just hanging out in this cold. We've got a little bit of snow, not much, just a couple inches maybe. And then, yeah, the dogs are loving it, man. I made the mistake of not taking Maddie out on her leash this morning when it was bitter, bitter cold. And of course, she goes on. She's a beagle, so she run on trail. She got a trail on something. I was able to catch her in the barn because she was trying to get a feed sack out of a hole that the groundhog had drug into the hole to stop up their hole to help insulate. I'm sure that's what happened, how that feed sack got there was that groundhog.
It's been there for a long time. Arctic blast, and this is normal here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's not normal some places.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, we typically have a blast or two like this every winter, but it has not been our everyday for a while.
No. And if you get south of us a ways, they're not used to the cold that they're getting. They get it every 2 or 3 years or so.
This is the 3rd or 4th year in a row
it is.
We've gotten it for sure. I know here.
Yeah.
And we're starting to get more winters like that. So.
Well, I think the Earth goes in a cycle, and it's just this is the cycle. It all depends upon the jet streams.
Yeah, big weather changes are just part of the way our world works. Mm-hmm. I read about a time in our world's history where it rained so much that it completely covered the whole Earth with water. Yep. So big weather changes are part of this world. Ever since man left the garden, it's been like that.
Well, in Oklahoma and Kansas, they got an earthquake yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. 3 layers.
Yep, it's normal.
After chasing the chickens. Yeah, I bet. They probably are just fine underneath the camper. hold
And,
up.
you know, a lot of people get really wound up about people having animals outside and stuff. Guys,
If they've got a shelter and they can get out of the wind, you usually can get
I'm
pretty
not
warm.
sure I can see them right now, but stuff does fine out in this weather if it's got what
Hello,
it needs.
Heather Hopper. Be careful with all those layers on if you fall.
It's hard to get up.
Yes.
But you have plenty of padding.
Ralphie! Yeah.
A little Christmas Story reference there. Help, Ralphie, I can't get up.
I got on my pajama pants, and you know, they're those little fluffy things. And I was standing up to next to the stove, and we've got the door open to the stove because the blower's kind of hard to get it figured out sometimes.
It puts off more heat.
And yeah. And so I was standing there, and it popped a ember out onto my pants. And I told Gary, "Hey, Gary, I pulled it away from my leg so it wouldn't burn my leg." And he had to put the ember out for me. I wasn't going to fan it because then it'd flame up, and then I'd be going whoosh, up in flames I'd go. But yeah. So he rescued me. So now I've got a hole burnt in my pajama pants.
Yeah, those acrylic, they just melt.
Yeah.
I didn't read what Xander said something about a mini ice age, and yeah, Xander, I'd heard that too.
When we were growing up, they were teaching us.
Yeah, and the mini ice age ended in 1890.
Yeah. Yeah, when we were growing up in the 80s, they were telling us that there's going to be another
ice age was coming.
And then all of a sudden it switched. When by the time I got in high school, it was just like a cutoff, and they switched to global warming.
Yeah.
Hi, Rebecca.
Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Prep for Eternity is in here.
Hey, Donnie and Jennifer.
Roll me to the house.
Roll me to the house.
Yeah, we kind of quote movies around here sometimes.
We do.
It's usually kids' movies.
It is.
That's our thing.
Yeah.
When we first were dating and got married, we had to put up with our friends teasing us because we went and watched kids' movies. Just so you know, I was a senior in high school and took my girlfriend to watch the new Muppets movie that came out then.
Yeah.
And
yep. Everybody saying hi to each other.
Yeah. And you know, it's just we just like kids' movies.
We do.
And then when our kids got old enough to not watch them anymore, we just decided to just keep watching them. It was just our thing.
There's a few adult movies we watch, but
yes,
not very
absolutely.
many.
Absolutely. A lot of what patched for adult movies we don't find very entertaining. But anyhow, yes, I don't know. You know, I could go off on the whole global warming, all that stuff, and you know, I definitely think that a good clear prediction is always difficult of the weather, and we definitely have some amazing skills we've learned as human beings, and there's some amazing technology out there that God has blessed us with the ability to figure out, but I do think that only one knows what holds the future, so what the future holds. So, but yes, I do believe there are big changes in weather is a part of our Earth. Ice ages and times of heat and extremely hot summers sometimes and droughts and
that's right, Barb. Barb's got it. God's got this.
Absolutely,
yes,
he does.
All this.
He does, and he gave us the ability to survive it.
Yep.
And you know, we've survived. And guys, if you look back at the history, like Xander was saying about the Ice Age ending in 1890, even up into the 20s and the 30s, man, there was a lot more snow and cold in our neck of the woods, in the, Missouri, Oklahoma, in the lower Midwest, and even into Texas. Texas saw feet of snow in places up until the 40s and the 50s.
Right.
Mostly in West Texas and Panhandle and stuff like that. But you know, they haven't seen that in a long time.
My brother got his BB gun taken away on Christmas Day for shooting. I missed that part.
For shooting at me.
Oh.
So when he was 50, I gave him a BB gun.
Yes.
In the Christmas Story movie.
Yes.
Well, I'll out. We never, my brother and I never shot at each other with BB guns. What'd you say? Is it 0 or 1 degree here?
It's 1 degree.
It's 1 degree here, Donnie.
1 degree.
And
no, but it was -3 or 4 this morning.
Yep.
It's the coldest it got that we know of for sure. Yeah. So it was warmer than it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be -7, and it didn't get that low that I know of. Should come over to my house, Christy. Everyone's brother-in-law something.
That's one of
Those
those
BB guns. So one of the ladies I work with, her husband's name is Ralph, and he got and everybody draws a name or something. I don't know how they do their family, but anyway, his name got another person, and they got him a BB gun, like the little Red Ryder.
He just became a police officer.
He did.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
Yeah.
1 degree,
It's cold.
cold, and tomorrow's going to be even colder.
But you know, Cindy and I have lived in colder and
Yes.
worked in colder. It's all right. We'll survive.
I'm gonna go check on my crackers.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed our video we put out this week. We spent a lot of time in prayer and studying and getting ready for that. Yeah, Xander cats will do that. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but yes. Hope you guys enjoyed that video we put out, and we're going to be doing another one this week to follow up to that. The next one won't be quite as long.
No.
We just felt like there was a lot of material we needed to cover in that
Yeah.
one, so it's a longer video. Hope you guys have the patience to watch it.
And if you didn't, that's okay.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not
all
gonna
right.
hold nothing against you.
Absolutely.
You just watch
Yeah.
what you want to watch. But we're just grateful for the support.
Yep.
So yeah.
We still live a homesteading lifestyle. We have just not had the energy to make it all onto camera with it.
Yes, because it takes 2 to 3 times as long to do something if you're trying to video it.
We'll watch it this evening.
Thanks.
Donnie, I hope you enjoy it. I would love to hear your opinion of it, even if you privately get a hold of me. I'd love to hear your
Yep.
opinion.
Yeah.
I value your opinion on those subjects. So this next week we will try to have a video on
The introduction.
introduction to the Book of John.
Book of John, yeah. Yeah.
So life has been kind of crazy for us this year. So we just not got as many videos for y'all, but thanks for at least talking to us on the weekends and yes.
I hope to change that. I hope that I
Yep.
can get myself. I am not a good time management. I'm terrible at time management.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yes, and so I'm not real good at time management. But we've just started to buy some of our meat,
Yeah.
like lunch meats and summer sausage.
And we've got meat. It's just been convenient, a convenient
just convenient
thing.
stuff.
And there, yeah.
And
I just didn't make the kind of sausage that somebody
Right.
wanted, so they got some sausage.
yeah, exactly. I'm terrible at time management, and so
But yeah, and our homestead has turned more into we've added back in more of a hunter-gatherer
Yeah.
element, and we've taken you guys on a few of our
gathers.
gatherings, and I don't know, we took them fishing a time or two too.
Yeah,
didn't
we did.
And
We-
so, but
and Jan and Kevin went fishing with us too. We got
Yes.
to get over there when it gets warmed up and go fishing with them.
no time management here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but every once in a while I'm hunting. I thought, man, this would be a cool video, and I thought, I'm going to be selfish. I want this for me right now. So, but the dog is getting to go hunting more, and I need to take you guys along with that a little bit and let you see how that works.
Yeah, I know, Christy. That's why I was like 12. We had 12 a couple times when we were doing care.
10 was really our that we carried for much was 10.
Yeah.
But we did have 12 a few times.
A few times.
And a lot of times when we had 10, there were always friends over
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So,
and
yeah.
friends that needed a little guidance and a safe place. So, but and I know for a fact that some of those kids watch this sometimes.
Yes, they do sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so guys, if you're Rooster, if you're in here, we
Love you,
were
buddy.
tickled to have you in our home.
Yeah.
And that goes for the rest of y'all too.
So if any of our extra kids are watching, we love you, and you have a place in our hearts, and 9 sisters, 8 brothers, 12 kids, mom and dad, roommate, and me, 33, and 6 months, 2 or 3 more. Oh my goodness. Woo wee. Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know.
Oh, I was asked on a little while back on my tricks and tips and philosophy for training my hunting dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, I feel like we've kind of gone back to kind of the basic homesteading
Yeah.
and kind of intro at an intro level. I'm gonna get that wrong. At a
We're
beginner's level.
Kind of a rented situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a house that we're working on. You guys know the situation. We're working on it for rent. And we've just got use of the yard, and we can go down in the creek and spend time down there. But the pastures are all being used by the cattle ranch that owns it.
Mm-hmm.
So the cattle ranchers that own it. So we've got a yard that we do gardening in. We've got a nice garden. We do a lot of hunting and gathering. We do fishing.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of making for ourselves and making our own, and
I hope to video
our
a
own repairs and
little bit tomorrow. Maybe make more than one video. I'm off work tomorrow, and so I plan on making some videos. But sometimes that goes awry, like something will happen and I don't get it done. But I need to make some soap, and I'd like to make a loaf of sourdough bread. And I think I'm going to give that a go to try to get those videoed. But, yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean, we're still doing some homesteading stuff. We're still making our soap. Still doing a lot of our own, like you and your brother and I and some friends harvested
we butchered a hog. We're still doing a lot of our own butcher.
Yeah.
Maybe more than we were because
Right.
I'm not raising them and selling them now. I'm just
Right.
butchering for us. So we're
And
back to doing our own butchering.
We plan on going in with his brother and doing some chickens.
Yep.
Which we're still eating chickens from 21 or 22. No, 21. It was 21.
And Donnie, you're right. A lot of
22.
really good channels have stopped.
Yeah.
Videoing. We have some friends that we think the world of that had a pretty big channel going that are not far from here, but they quit because it got overwhelming for them to do both.
Everything they were trying to do.
They needed to homestead and raise their family, and they couldn't do it all.
And work job.
Yeah, and so that's that. I completely understand that. I love the smell of homemade bread. Me too.
Then you would love the house right now because we just made crackers. I pulled them out just now, and
sourdough crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't add cheese to the sourdough crackers, they still got a Cheez-It flavor, kind of.
They do.
They're real. That sourdough gets, when you bake it, when it's pretty straight, it kind of gets a cheesy, yeasty flavor to it.
So we put a little bit of garlic powder in it, salt and pepper, and I sprinkled the top with Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
And then you bake them for 10 or 15 minutes, score them, and then bake them another 20 to 50 more minutes till they're crispy. And so, yeah, and that's it. And that's a good way to get rid of your discard. So, yes, Jen.
And we make sourdough starter and keep sourdough starter going a lot just to use the discard on that kind of stuff. We don't bake a lot of bread, but pizza crusts and biscuits and crackers are more our thing than bread. And sourdough sure lends a good flavor. Yeah. And we know that it makes the nutrients and the grain easier for our body to digest, and we know it helps our guts. And so
and I need to start. Yes, they're really good, and I need to start a scope. I bought a SCOBY at the health food store, for kombucha. We like kombucha.
Yep.
And I quit drinking Dr. Pepper. Yesterday we did have root beer at Culver's.
It was good. But an occasional pop.
Yeah. But
it's the habit that gets rough on you.
Yeah. So teas, hot chocolate. Yeah.
Do you know I look up to you?
You do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Gags. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we're he's looking up to me. But so we just continued our homesteading, and I still make some lotions and lip balms and yeah.
We cut all our own firewood and fuel with that. which I have not reshot a video, but I shot a really nice video for y'all. And
I'm
I had something wrong on the camera.
I'm thinking about just throwing it up anyway.
Yeah.
Just edit it and
They can see me blue.
Yeah, they can see you blue.
You know, people pay a lot of money
see those
in
blue
Vegas
men.
to see guys play instruments that are blue.
Yep. Maybe they can pay a lot of money to watch you blue. We're getting dark.
Yes, the sun's going down.
Yep.
And that was the outside light that was keeping us so bright.
Yeah, I need to do that.
And you can see that Cindy's got the light on behind us.
That's not helping much. I need to do.
But we are enjoying the Ozarks. If you know, spending time hiking and on the rivers and stuff is just amazing around here. You know, where the pasture I can look out and see now, looking off which I'm looking right over the porch where you guys usually see us setting. That light that is on behind me that you can see.
Is that happening?
Yeah. Yeah, wood stoves are great. But that light that you guys see behind me, that's the one sometimes I go inside and turn on when we're on the porch. And so just looking out off that porch, I've seen a bear across the pasture. I usually watch deer and turkeys and...
Yes, we are going to have to do another kayaking trip. And it's just another couple miles.
No.
2 more miles.
2 more miles, Jan. 2 more miles.
2 more miles. Yeah. 2 more miles.
We made about a 6-mile kayak trip, and the whole time, even when I could see the ramp, we were saying 2 more miles, and I could see the ramp. 2 more miles.
Yeah. Jim was like, how much further? And we were supposed to take, we just wanted a 3-hour trip. But if
we'd have just kayaked it or just canoed it, it would have easily been there.
Yeah, but we didn't.
But we fished. We should have just got in at the ramp and just went upstream a little ways and fished that back into that eddy.
Yeah.
And
next
there's
time,
a name of that eddy too, and I'll think of it in a little bit. We call it the Hensley Eddy, but it's got another name that's on maps. The Ben Franklin Eddy.
Oh, Ben Franklin Eddy. Well,
it's the Ben Franklin
Eddy. I know this, that if they come again, we'll just put it in at Hensley's and just paddle up.
Absolutely. 2 more miles, Jan.
2 more miles. When we come to visit you, that's what I'm going to say. 2 more miles.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was trying to keep morale, Mountain lion last year.
Oh,
Woo!
That's cool. That's cool.
They're kind of freaky, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really neat to see, but then you're like, oh. Eagles are bad here, just like they are in Kansas.
I've seen way more evidence of mountain lions than I've seen mountain lions. And I don't know. Maybe I'm a little disappointed in that because I think I'm quite the woodsman. Maybe I'm not, but I spend a lot of time in the woods at times, and so I would think maybe I'd get to see a lion, but I usually just see 10 killers on them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. 10 killer. It's a little ways away from us, so that's going to be, oh goodness, about 5 hours away.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know if we'll be able to go this year either. It hasn't fell where we could go the last few years. But
if anybody gets to make it to Baker Creek to the Spring Planting Festival, we usually try to make it to that.
I think we're going to try to go on Sunday to the Tulip Festival too.
Yes.
We won't be able to make the Monday, but...
Missouri meetup, May 10th and 12th.
Yes, for Jan. Yeah, May 10th and 12th. Jan, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. We'll see. My sister,
Other things going on.
Yeah, there's a special event coming, and I don't know when it is that I am already committed to.
Yeah, that's cool. And Cindy's seen some going down the road and different places too. And I was just sitting here watching the run across that field.
I haven't seen a mountain lion here. It was in Kansas.
I know there has been a mountain lion spotted around here a time or two, but they're not very common.
There's been, and you saw the bear here, and there's been bears sighted around here for a while.
Yeah,
one was hit on the interstate not too far away.
This is so Missouri's bear population is increasing. In the 80s, there was a lot of work done on increasing the bear population in the Ozarks. It started in the Arkansas part of the Ozarks, and it has increased enough that the Ouachitas in the Ozarks In Oklahoma now have a hunting season. Of course, Arkansas has quite a hunting season. And then Missouri has started a hunting season for bears.
Try to move that light to see if that helps.
And for years, a lot of these states would say that was not mountain lions here.
Right.
That usually, if mountain lion got spotted, it would, a common thing for them to have said at one time was it was an escaped one that had been raised captive and escaped.
Or just
and
passing
sometimes
through.
it's passing through. But there's enough game cameras around now that they've got enough evidence to know that now there is.
And sometimes they'll say, well, it's not a breeding pair. It's a young male that's gotten pushed out to find a new territory or whatever. But yeah, they're super cool, super neat.
I tell you what, there's a lot more of than a lot of people think. That
Sasquatch.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't resist.
So there's a lot more bobcats than people
Yes.
think, but bobcats are so timid and good at hiding, and they work cover lines, and so a lot of times there can be quite a few bobcats and you never know they're there, but if you spend time in the right places, you can see tracks and toilets. So and know that there are bobcats in the area.
You're getting out of camera. Stepping out off to the side. But anyway, I don't know. Animals are neat, and it's really wildlife are neat, and it's really neat to live in an area where you still get to see a little bit of wildlife. And we're pretty close to town, so it's kind of strange for us, But anyway, really, there's not much out here where you're not close to a town.
Yeah.
Or my thinking of close to a town.
But the same as there's not much around here that you're always a little close to a town.
Yeah, just prepare and bear right. Yep.
As much as that, there's also not much around here that you're not pretty close to the woods.
Right.
It's just kind of a good mix around here.
Yeah. Well, Fort Leonard Wood's called Lost in the Woods for a reason.
Yeah. And there's a lot of game on. They know that there's bears on Fort Leonard Wood. They work hard at keeping the hogs off Fort Leonard Wood. I talked to a guy last fall who that was his job, was trapping and sometimes relocating bears and coyotes and different things too. But
if they got too used to
definitely
humans. My brother-in-law used to hunt bear back when he lived in Idaho. Yep.
I bought a Wyoming bear tag one time, but I never got it filled. I never really got to hunt it. I went one time and looked for a place to hunt and never got to hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, bear's good. It definitely.
It tastes like raccoon.
There's a lot of variance. There's a lot of variance in I think in bear meat from one to the next.
There
from
is.
What they've been eating, what time of year, whether it was old, young, boar, sow, cub, whatever. But also, you need to take care of it well, just like a lot of other game. And taking care of it well begins when you shoot it, and so
when you dispatch it.
When you dispatch it, yes. So, like a lot of game, deer's kind of that way too. And we love deer meat, but you do need to take care of it. I've eaten some deer meat some people cook, and I was like, no wonder you don't like deer meat. Because you don't know what you're doing. Never had raccoon either. Well, they're not hard to find.
Trash can pandas.
Yeah.
Trash can pandas. Yeah, they're everywhere around here. But yeah, we got one comes and digs in our trash. But yeah, the dog's crazy. I swear, it just goes right around their kennel and says ha 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 ha. But yeah, I don't know. It sure is nice to live in the country. Raccoon is interesting.
It's also one of them prepared, when you prepare it. My dad prepared it where it definitely was good.
Yes.
But it took him so long. He put so much time and effort into it that we just occasionally ate it as a, kind of a holiday thing when my grandmother was alive. I think it was just for her sake.
For nostalgia.
Yeah, and we also, we had duck dressing every year when she was still alive too.
Yeah.
And for her sake and her recipe.
Yep.
Although I did see that one of my relatives this year was looking for a duck to make some dressing on her recipe. So yeah, it can be. It can
Yeah. Hi. Just want to let my neighbor know that it's cold. Yes. Yeah, we put them out because they wanted out. We're going to bring them back in. I promise, Roger. They're coming back in. But yeah. But yeah. It is cold, Roger. How you been? You been doing good and keeping warm? Hope you've been keeping warm. We've been keeping warm. Oh. Huh.
I remember dogs going in ponds after coons when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know, I was raised coon hunting. That was one of the things
Mm-hmm.
that was a big activity when I was real young.
Yep.
Yep. Good. I'm glad you're still getting your exercise
Yeah,
in,
Roger.
Roger.
Oh, it's cold.
Do an extra lap for me so I don't have to.
No outside walking. Yeah. Yeah. Cold, cold, cold. Yeah.
Oh, no outside walking.
No outside walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yep,
Because it's cold.
it is.
We've had the dogs in and out. They don't like it inside, believe it or not.
A lot of people get worried about animals outside, and most animals can handle it if they've got everything they need.
Mm-hmm.
If they've got a good shelter that keeps them dry and out of the wind, and if you got a fairly small box, they put off a lot of body heat. And if they've been fed well and they got access where they're getting enough water to drink, they can handle it pretty good if you've got a good place for them.
Robertson's Belly Acres.
Just standing out in the rain and the wind, they're not going to do very good. But you've got to have a good shelter for them. And cattle, they do great if they've been fed good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If they've been fed good and got a little bit of a windbreak to get in, whether it's a timber or a cliff face or whatever.
And donkeys.
Yeah.
Jan and Kevin. If you haven't seen, Jan and Kevin just put up a video of a shelter for Toby, their donkey, at Simply on Homestead. But
Hello, Rusty and Rachel. We're glad you're in here. Robertson's Belly Acres is
in the house. Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, but we bring we've not let them outside very long periods of time.
Not since it's dropped down to single.
No,
digits.
because it is cold and we don't want them to get hypothermic. And we put them in. They do have kennels on the back porch. They're not house dogs. They're hunting dogs.
We bring them in, but they are.
They're wound tight. And Maddie is housebroke. She's not, but except for her manners aren't real good.
She's doing a lot better.
She's potty trained, but her manners aren't real well. And Dan, of course, we're still working on him. Yeah, we're still working on him. He gets excited and piddles if you pet him, so we're real careful about having him in the house because this isn't our house, so we don't want to add that to it.
So earlier I was talking about my methods and tricks of training hunting dogs.
Caney won't come in, LOL, but yeah, Mayday, yeah. Service dog after she was retired, she loved. Yep.
Yeah, if dogs have been fed and watered good and they can get out of the wind when they need to and out of the rain, they're good.
Yeah, hey. So a friend of ours, Hank, he has a livestock guardian dog, and he said I tried to get him in, but he just wants to lay in the ruts of the tractor tires in the snow, and he's a big fluffy thing, a lot like Bear, the neighbor stuff.
A big guardian dog.
Yeah. And he just he couldn't get him to come in. He says he does what he wants to do. But yeah.
So my method.
Yes.
Here's my trick on training hunting dogs. Take them hunting.
Take them hunting.
I truly believe that a lot of tracks make good hunting dogs. Wet blankets make good horses.
Yes.
And lots of work make good kids. Chores make good kids.
Chores make good kids. Yeah.
Yes. So that I believe that doing it,
a purpose,
it helps.
having a purpose.
Yeah, having a purpose is, and lots of experience. That's what it takes. And so I take my dog hunting when I can, and that's kind of how I do it.
You know what? I wonder if that light down there on the floor would help. If we put that
You want it on the floor?
Sure. You want to put it down there for me?
We got all 5 in the camper.
Woo-wee!
Yep, some dogs like it in the house.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you that most hounds don't.
It's too confining for them.
Yeah.
And once they get older, though, and they're slowing down a bit,
Yeah.
it's different.
That made it worse.
Worse. Oh, well, I tried. Woo! Scary movie. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so we're trying to be in the light.
Yeah, we're going to study about that in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
The light.
Redbones think they're lap dogs. That's awesome.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Awesome. We had a mountain cur that sure thought they were.
Our heat source, we have, so in this den, we're in the den, we have a wood burning insert in the fireplace. And then in the kitchen, there is a propane heater and like a
Just
wall mounted.
a ventless wall mounted.
And the yeah, and then on the back porch where the dogs are, we have a electric radiator heater
Yep.
for the dogs, and it keeps it. I mean, it kept it from freezing back there tonight, but it doesn't keep it super warm. But like we have them in here with us quite a bit, but they don't like it. They want to be into everything, and they want to be outside. They'll climb up on the benches because there's benches in here on either side, and howl to go back and want them outside.
And they, when they're with us, they expect to be doing something.
Yeah.
They're just because they sleep when we're not around. Yes, they do. The ventless work, but they're simple to install and cheap, and they will heat a room for sure.
Yeah. And we did a lot of baking today too to help heat.
Yeah.
So that heats. So we're just heating 4 rooms. We're heating the den, the kitchen, the bathroom, and the back porch. Yeah. So the back porch is a screened-in back porch.
It's got storm windows.
Got storm windows. Yeah. It's more than screened in. It's a closed-in back porch. But it's cold out there because those old storm windows are they're
pretty
aluminum
rattly,
and
yeah.
But we can keep it from freezing out there, and our canned goods are out there, and so yeah. But yeah.
And so we've been surviving the cold pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty good. Hello.
Hello, Belly Acres Kitchen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, we've been doing some cooking, and probably should have videoed it. I baked some cookies. We baked some sourdough crackers, and it's hard to back around on the video, and we do so many of the same things over and over and over again. Goodness, I'm so sorry.
So theirs is ventless. They got a ventless gas heater.
Yeah, that's what we've got in the kitchen. But it's just the same. I feel like it's just the same things over and over and over again. I do need to revamp our intro video. It's super old, like super old. It's one of the first videos I ever did, and so it needs to be.
Donnie,
revamped.
if they stay below freezing enough to freeze the contents, it will pop lids and break your seal.
And it can break your jar.
And it can break your jar. And so that's what you have to worry about. It can drop down pretty cold for a while. Just that below freezing for long enough to freeze the contents.
Yeah.
That's what you got to worry about.
But we have an old trailer house on my mom and dad's place, and there's still jars of canned goods in there, and it's not been heated for 25 years. Or not quite 25 years, but 23 years, and getting close to 25 years, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
At least 22, almost 23 years hasn't been heated, and there's still jars full of food.
Hello,
in there.
Heather Hopper. We're glad to see you in here.
It's just it's just a preventative thing, if I filled it too far, if I filled it too full, and when things freeze, they expand.
Man,
and then you
I
can
fixed my
crack a
hair
jar.
up nice for
Yeah,
y'all.
you did. You can pop lids. Part of that, that's part of another reason why I try to keep the rings off of them.
You see that bottom one?
No, I can't read it.
Cindy, how's your job going?
I am loving my job. I am. I can't tell you guys what I do, but I'm loving it.
Y'all that know us know what she's doing.
Yeah.
So.
Had a near tornado in Alabama. Make a few. Can you touch the screen?
Made a few
Seals pop one time. Yes.
A barometric pressure change.
Yes,
I guess.
I bet it would. I bet it would. But yeah, but even the way, if that drastic of a change can shatter jars too.
Yeah. When this front that brought this storm we're in right now, when it came in, we were sitting here and had we have an insert in the fireplace, and we had the door of it open, and you could see the barometric pressure dropping.
Yeah.
Like our chimney drafts really good, but all of a sudden the smoke started rolling back in the house a little bit. You could tell that the pressure just
was
changed.
pushing down hard. But yeah.
I don't know if that's dropped or rose, but it changed.
Yeah, I'd say it was dropping. But anyway, yeah, we have bought some shelves to put up downstairs in the basement. To
put some canned goods.
Put some canned goods down there.
Acres, I'd say maybe we've got an inch, maybe.
Yeah. Inch or two.
Yeah.
We've that's all that's accumulated. We've gotten a lot.
Yeah, it's been snowing all along, but
Yeah.
as far as accumulated,
The ground stayed warm for a long time, and it was melting off.
But
yeah.
and it's been just really light snow.
But yeah, I think we got about 2 inches accumulated out there on the. So grass is just about covered, so it's probably 2. But yeah, it's cold. That's the big thing. And I as much as I miss Freedom, I don't miss having to go out and take care of her. I don't miss having to go.
Oh, they got 3 inches.
3 inches! Wow.
Wow.
Now Hannah got like 6 or 8 inches in Kansas.
Yeah. When I lived in Oklahoma and we got a few inches of snow, everybody lost their minds.
Yeah, they do here too. Just the threat of bad weather, and they close the schools.
And that seems to be getting more and more so because people have access to know what they think the weather's going to do.
Right.
But they don't ever know.
Dry snow, cool. Now, it's been cold enough that, like this morning when I took the dogs out, whenever it gets cold enough, it's not necessarily dry here. I'm talking about the snow here. Well, when it gets cold enough, the snow will squeak. Step on it. It doesn't crunch, it squeaks. And those of y'all that deal with really cold temperatures understand. And I imagine y'all did that too. A dry snow.
Schools are closed till Wednesday.
Till Wednesday. Wow.
Schools were probably out of school Monday anyways. But
yeah, I bet they were for holiday.
Yeah. But that's kind of crazy for Wednesday. You know, here's some of the schools closed on a prediction.
Yes.
And I know when our kids were still in school in Kansas, the last year or two our kids were in school, we saw them close on prediction.
Well, and I can see why. There's a lot of mountains and hills here.
Yeah.
A lot of places sun don't reach. And when that freezes, I mean, yeah, I would rather them be safe than sorry any day, and I'm good with them closing on a prediction.
Yeah.
And there was a lot, someone did lose their life on 44.
Thanks, Prep for Eternity. Donnie, we'll see you later.
Have a good evening.
Hey, Donnie, if you do get a chance to check out our video from this week, you might message me or get a hold of me personally and kind of let me know what you think. I'd appreciate your opinion.
4
feet of snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uphill both ways.
Snowing now.
Barefoot in July.
6 inches. Whew. -3 wind chill. Yeah, that wind chill will get you.
Jan, I want to know, how far was it to school? Was it 2 more miles?
2 more miles. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just all depends on a lot. Here, it's a wet snow usually.
Well, and it depends on how much is on the roads
Yeah.
and whether they got the roads
and
clear
whether they get
or not.
ice.
Yeah.
And they'll get ice here, which is very dangerous.
2 more dang miles.
Yeah, and the ice is what's the danger here. I imagine where you're at, Xander, it's cold enough and dry enough that the snow will pack,
Yeah.
and it's not as slick. at time and until it starts to melt off.
When we were in Wyoming, they only let out school for visibility.
Yeah.
That was usually.
And one time for cold, it was
Cold,
so
yeah.
cold they didn't want the kids walking to school.
Yeah.
Kids that walk to school.
Yeah. Do we need to tell them how cold enough was to get school
Yeah.
shut down? Really cold.
Like 20 below, 40 below.
Below.
But that one time they did for visibility.
Yeah.
Because the school sits on a bluff.
Yeah.
Not a mountain, but a bluff, and the kid, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous. They can't see vehicles. They can't, they'll trip and fall.
Right.
There's just, and if they miss the school, they can end up in the highway. They could, or they end up
down
off
in the coulee, yeah.
down in the, But so anyway.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, and here there's not enough for the chaining up. You're going to ruin the roads because there's just not enough to worry about that. So it's safer for everybody to just stay put. But I was able to go to work when we were open, and we did close early a couple of nights. So I just got off work an hour and a half early a couple times, which was good. I like working for people that say we want everybody to be safe. We want to make sure everybody's home by dark, and we want you safe. And I like that. And that's a good thing about working for a small town company that care about their employees. I know. But yeah, I like my new job, Jan. I know I answered that already, but we do like it. And
our business is starting to go.
Yeah,
all
Gary's
right, too.
handyman. Yeah.
We're doing pretty good with our handyman business.
Yep, doing pretty good.
So.
11 feet of snow. Yeah. Yep. For cold, negative. Yep. Feed store will be open tomorrow and Wednesday. Yep, you're gonna have to go to work, Justy.
Yeah, I'm sure that this time of year farmers don't quit. Animals don't quit eating.
No. Hannah run into issues. She ran out of rabbit feed, and then her car wouldn't start because of the cold, and so she's been feeding them some hay she had. Make the car spin. Oh yeah, no, on the back roads in Kansas. But my husband told me to behave. Yep. To the Old Fashioned on Purpose by Jill Wagner. Oh, cool.
Yeah, Jill Winger. Yeah.
Jill Winger. And she homesteads in Wyoming.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She's in a different area than we were. Farther west.
Yep.
Yeah. She's closer to the Rockies than we were.
Tell you what YouTube channel is close to where we were at.
Yogi Hala.
No. Well, yeah, I guess Yogi Hall's not far from where we're at.
She's just about
the one that's in Arizona in the summer or Arizona part of the time. Sandy.
Oh, Sandy, yes.
What's the name of her channel?
Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. She's in not close.
Her Wyoming place is not maybe 30, 45 minutes from an hour. Okay.
It's almost two. It's almost two as well. Because you got to go on an hour to right, and then go up, and it's another probably an hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour and 40 minutes. But yeah, her and Yogi Hala, Lisa, there in South Dakota are not far at all. But yeah, I could see how Jill Winger, that would be pretty close.
Yep.
Where she's at, in the area she's at is yeah.
It's a little farther west there, but it's that's a lot of snow in Wyoming.
Yeah, serious snow. Yeah, we would get feet of snow. One year
I saw a picture. I did drive out there. There was a snowdrift outside of town one time that it took them 2 weeks to get cleaned up. 36 feet tall.
Well, the thing was they'd get it cleared out, and then it would drift right back over.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was where kind of a valley or a coulee went across the highway, and
Yep.
and it drifted a lot of snow.
Yeah, it was bad. Drifts were bad. Like, we saw a car get hit by a snowplow because it wouldn't, when they rode the bus as a bus attendant and supervisor on the bus for the kids, and when they got back, their car wouldn't start, and so then whenever they went to come back and get it, once the blizzard was over, it was drifted over, and they went to get stuff to dig it out, and while they were gone, the snowplow hit the car because they couldn't see it. And yeah, and our car was covered almost, but it was parked between the house and the garage in the same drift. But it was just, I don't know, 6 or 8 foot.
Socks, yeah.
Yep, woolblend.
Good wool socks.
Mm-hmm.
Shoes that don't fit too tight.
Yeah.
And good leather shoes that don't fit too tight. That helps a lot with your feet.
Yeah. I wore my boots a lot this week because I can put my wool blend socks. Gary got me some wool blend socks for Christmas, and I've been wearing them. Got them on right now.
Some people make the mistake of getting too many socks on, and it
Yes.
cuts down circulation, and
Yeah.
that your feet can't stay warm if
Yeah.
blood can't circulate.
We were talking about as kids wearing socks as gloves.
Yes.
Yeah, and wearing, you always had that unmatched basket or box or whatever you had in your house, and we'd grab the socks and have 2 or 3 layers of socks on.
Just treetop. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That definitely happens in that part of the world.
It does. Boy, we're down. We're almost done. We got 50. We're at 57 minutes,
Alrighty.
and Dale's coming on.
Yep.
So we don't want to intrude on his time, and I'm sure he'll have a great devotional. Does anybody have prayer requests?
Yeah, any prayer requests, let us know. We've been praying for Xander's family
Yes,
a lot.
and friends.
Xander's family and friends,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
So,
Yes, we love you guys too. We're gonna have to come visit.
you're going to have to come visit.
Come see the house.
When it gets warm, you're going to have to come up here and we'll go on the river or something.
Yeah. Same still for Xander.
All
Okay.
right. We'll
The Tiffany's or the Tiffs and the family friends and stuff. So yeah, we will definitely be praying for all that.
Yeah. Oh, that's too
Oh
bad.
no. Oh goodness. Yeah, we will definitely be praying for Tiff. And we got some unspoken ones that we were notified of through the week. And guys, please feel free to email us, message us on other platforms, and with your prayer requests. And we are happy to pray for you guys. Went to church with folks that lived in South Dakota. Yeah, shoveling off the roof. Yep. Snow up to the roof. Yep. So, all right, let's go to the Lord in prayer.
Alrighty.
Father God, I just want to lift up Xander and his family to you, Lord. Lord, I thank you for his willingness to share his burdens with us, Lord. Help us to remember that we are here to love one another and to love you and to love one another. And Lord, I just ask that you would be with Xander's aunt and his sister Tiff, Lord. Lord, I just want to lift them up to you. I ask for comfort for them and for his friends that have been sick and have lost loved ones, Lord. I just ask that you would be with those families that are mourning and the friends of those folks that have passed, and just comfort them, Lord. Lord, I ask that you be with those that are affected by the weather. And Lord, I just ask that you would be with Israel, and that you would just, I know that your will will be fulfilled, and that we can trust you in that. Lord, I thank you and praise you.
Lord, you're holy and you're mighty. And we lift up anybody that's dealing with cold, having to work in it, or that doesn't have proper shelter and heat. Lord, we just lift them up to you. Father, we ask that you provide. Father, we thank you for the weather, and that we get to see that we live in a world that we need to trust in you,
Yes.
because we don't know what's coming next. And Lord, we just ask that you would teach us all to trust in you and help us to recognize your great love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. So, guys, we're going to sign off, but head on over to Nine Acre Family Farms and tell Dale and Lisa that we sent you, and give them a love raid, and just say, hey, we love you, and listen to Dale's devotion today. I'm sure it'll be a good one. We love you all so much. You're so welcome, Xander. We love you, buddy. And we just can't thank you all enough for your love and support of us. And we will see you in a video this week, at least one, maybe two. And we'll see you live next weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. Stay
safe.
safe.
And if you didn't watch this week's video, please go get to watch that if you can, and be looking for the one coming.
Yep. So we love y'all. Good night.
Remember,
God made you special.
and loves you very much.
See y'all later.
Bye.